Yes. Well, hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. GrimmGreen from GrimmGreen.com. Back here today in the vape lair. And you may have already noticed, yes, I got my neck blasted pretty good at the SilverState Tattoo and Arts festival that we went to this last weekend. I apologize, I'm way behind on messages, comments, PMs, stuff like that. In fact, if you left a comment on one of my videos in the last 3 or 4 days, there's a very, very good chance that it will just not get answered, just because I'm only one man. I am only one man, and because I like to mess with things, I'm trying a new light over here. I have Amber with me. Do you see that light over there, Jam? Jam attack.
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
It's giant. I wanted to try one of those white light bulbs in there. But
you hate the ones you hate.
I know, but it looks better for video, I think. Do you think it looks better for video?
Well, yeah, because tungsten light makes you yellow.
I know, and some people were saying that I looked a little yellow or I looked orange.
You're jaundiced.
I looked jaundiced. So we're trying to avoid that. I have a white light over there now with a big photographer's like light diffuser on it. Hopefully it looks okay. Hopefully it looks all right. But yes, welcome. Today is Thursday, which means it is vlog day. This one I have a feeling is going to run about an hour. We're going to start off talking with Amber about the SilverState Tattoo and Arts Festival. We're going to, of course, cover some FDA stuff. I have 2 full reviews for you. One is the Sigelei 20w, one is the Sentinel version 4. Of course, we're going to talk about beer. Of course, we're going to talk about music. Let me just grab my vlog notes out here because I have a feeling there's more to talk about than I'm actually letting on. Yes, there's going to be some music talk. There's going to be some FDA talk. Yeah, so that's good. One quick thing, one quick shout out that I have to do before we get into any of this is Kanoe.
Let me see.
From Iwa Beach, Hawaii, says she should get a shout out for bringing on your YouTube, for bringing on your YouTube and spreading the word in Hawaii about Namber juice. I can't read. So her husband, boyfriend, brother, some other figure emailed me and said that he wanted me to give her a shout out. Kanoe. I'm not good with my Hawaiian dialects like that, but she is from Iwa Beach. I don't know how to. Yeah, it's hard to not sound like you're from Japan. Anyway, she is rocking my YouTube in Hawaii and spreading the word about Namber juice, which is obviously always welcome. So yeah, this last weekend, and I was gone for 4 solid days at the SilverState Tattoo and Art Festival in Reno, Nevada. Arts Festival. I'm sorry. At least I'm getting all the words in there now.
Put that down so I can see your sweet neck.
Amber, so the whole idea for this sweet neck tattoo, which is
disclaimer. I have a disclaimer.
Which is a tattoo, which is a stormtrooper with traditional tattoo style roses on either side of them. And yes, you're not seeing things. I'm wearing a V-neck for some reason because I'm trying to irritate this as little as possible. This is 24 hours old now? Mm-hmm. And it's still painful, and if you notice, I turn my head, I move my whole body like I'm Batman, and I can't turn my head. It's because it's so sore and red and irritated and swollen that it actually hurts. The up and down, not so much. See, I can show you like this, but if I try to turn my head, it's like, oh!
And Sandy, if you're watching, everything he's about to say is just a big old lie.
What?
He was going to blame me, right?
Yes, I'm going to blame you.
It's a lie, Sandy.
It was Amber's idea for this to happen. I had been talking about, and you can verify this with many, many people, I had been talking about getting my neck blasted for a really long time, and I was trying to decide on what I wanted to do, and I'm always so picky with things, and like, I don't know what I want to do. But I've been wanting to get my neck blasted for a while. And so we met this tattoo artist. He works at Chalice Tattoo in Boise, Idaho. His name's Nate Lauerman. And we saw something he had done on another friend of ours, Nate, on his arm. And it was just cool, and I was like, dude, that's amazing. I was so impressed by this. And Amber actually went to go talk to him to say, can you do this cover-up on me? Put your arm up here.
I don't want to. It's so swollen.
Who cares? Oh, you're not even going to be able to see that.
Come on, I'm reaching.
She had this luggage on her arm that she got covered up with a top hat and then these two tiger bunnies coming out of it.
What does a tiger bunny say?
Out of these two tiger bunnies coming out of it. And so the discussion came up between the three of us that I should get my neck done. And the day that this was going to happen was on May 4th, which is, of course, National Star Wars Day. And as soon as Nate had said Star Wars, I was like, oh, I
said Star Wars.
You said Star Wars?
Of course I did.
Amber said Star Wars, and I said, well, obviously I have to get a Star Wars tattoo on May the 4th, and it ended up going on my throat. So now I have a Stormtrooper helmet on my throat and some traditional roses on the side. Hurt like hell for 5 hours.
Closer to 6.
Closer to 6, she tells me. But otherwise, I just want to give a shout out. Yes, absolutely, Nate Lauerman. I'll post a link in the description in the notes to his Facebook and his Instagram. But that wasn't even the real reason why we were there. We were there because Amber and Mark and Brandon from Nightmare Studios. Can you please stop doing that?
Oh, sorry.
Why would you be doing that right now?
I don't know. I'm just getting nervous.
They launched their Solution brand tattoo aftercare products, and I was one of the lackeys that helped out. Of course, it was my pleasure. How do you think that went, Jam?
It was a screaming success, I feel.
Screaming success. The tattoo artists seemed to like using it. We sold a bunch of tubs of it to people who had just gotten tattooed.
And they loved it.
And they were excited about it.
It cooled the skin.
It does. It cools the skin. I've been using it. It really does calm down the skin after you get tattooed. And so that launched, and it was
pretty great.
It was good. I have a Solution brand T-shirt that I love. It's cool. I'll probably wear it in a future video, obviously.
Obviously.
But
it was
good.
Really good. And if anybody's curious, the site is functionally up. We still have some work to do aesthetically, but you can purchase.
Yeah, and I'll post a link to it in the description. It's thesolutionbrand.com for all your tattoo aftercare product needs. And, I learned so much about Amber's product this weekend because I had to, sell people on it. Not sell people on it, but people would come up and they'd be like, oh, well, what's this all about? And I'd have to run through the whole spiel of, it's all natural, vegetarian friendly, cruelty-free tattoo aftercare products, and each product was this, and the Solution, and it's an alternative to A&D ointment, and this, that, and the other. And so I got to know it. I got to know my wife's products pretty well, but I regret not going last year to the tattoo festival.
We couldn't. We were so sick.
We were sick, and next year, obviously, without a doubt, we will be there because we met great people. Had a wonderful time, spending those days hanging out with Mark and Brandon and Mike Mayer and Tony and all the Nightmare guys, and meeting other tattoo artists and meeting other artists.
Piercers.
It's really just a bunch of art nerds all hanging out together. I mean, that's what they care about is art. There was Tattoo of the Day, and
contests.
Yeah, there was a bunch of contests like Tattoo of the Day and Best Traditional and Best Color, Small, Medium, and Large, and Best Black and White, Small, Medium, Large, and Tattoo of the Day, and it was great. It was a wonderful experience. If you didn't go, holy crap, you missed out, because next year, without a doubt, hopefully I won't have to work the Solution table.
Why? It was so good.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun, and like I said, I have a lot of fun. Amber and I are very much, like we talk about with Vape Meets, the human connection people. So when we can go to these big things and meet people then it's that's really what makes it worth it, right?
Yeah, well, I wasn't high-fiving. I was wondering, do you think that in the description below, because I don't know the name of it right off, but Nate Lauerman's wife is trying to build her makeup review channel, or makeup tutorial.
What's her YouTube?
I don't know. It's on my Facebook. I shared it. But anyway, he'll link it. It's Molly something. But in the
and she does makeup tutorials?
Yeah, so if any girls out there want to subscribe to her to help her build her channel, I know she would appreciate it. I just think that would be really nice.
Yeah, and Nate Lauerman's such a good guy. I mean, just the nicest guy ever. God. I'm trying to get into my my personal Facebook here so I can get this link for you guys. Evidently, she does makeup tutorials. Obviously, this isn't going to apply to a lot of people, but it'll apply to. Okay, come on. She has a catching.
Okay.
Oh.
No. Okay.
It's getting really warm.
That's Nate's wife?
Yeah.
Wow, she's super cute.
I know.
Just adorable.
It's
wow.
Miss Molly Quinn.
Look at that pause, though.
I
just like pause. I just like funny pauses. One of our things that we always do
I know.
is when we pause the television, we go, "Hey, check out that pause," and it's always someone in like a or a position. And I paused poor Nate's wife, and she's like, and she has one eye open.
You're terrible.
It's pretty fantastic, though. All right, so that is officially linked in the description to this video now. It's Miss Molly Quinn, and she does makeup tutorials.
Or if any guys just want to like mute it and watch a cute girl.
No, we don't want to
around.
encourage people to oogle Nate's wife.
Why?
Come on.
Sorry, Nate. I'm an oogler.
You're an oogler. Not everybody's an oogler.
Oh my gosh, are you going to tell him about the cute girl you had a crush on? You didn't have the cojones?
I'm not going to tell her about
You
this.
didn't have the cojones to talk to her?
There was a tattoo artist there who was she won Tattoo of the Day the first day, and she just does incredible work. And she did this one painting that was completely not safe for work, just totally inappropriate, of a naked Spider Woman with a vagina, and I was like fascinated by it, and I looked at it like 50 times, and her name,
painting, right? You weren't just
no,
going over there for her.
I wasn't going over there. I didn't even talk to her.
I know, because you're a weenie.
I didn't go talk to her. I had a little bit of a crush on her. It's fine.
A little bit.
It's fine.
She is all he talked about the whole weekend.
He's
like, she's so cute. I followed her on Instagram.
I follow her on Instagram now. But her name's Jesso, and she does amazing tattoos. I think
Look at you blushing.
She's from California. Shut up. My wife's a jerk because she knows that I get like timid and embarrassed around girls, and so she like purposefully puts me in these awkward ass situations where I'm over there at Nate's table, like, and it's far away, and I'm over there shirtless, waiting to get tattooed. I have a stencil on my neck, and I'm feeling timid because I'm not wearing a shirt, right? So I'm covering my boobs.
You really were.
And Amber sends over these two super cute girls.
The models for the
they were models,
thing.
right? They were models.
Wearing Star Wars fetish costumes.
Star Wars fetish costumes. Like it was Boba Fetish. And she was just wearing like a black bikini with like a corset, and she had a Boba Fett helmet. I mean, it's like every nerd's complete fantasy. And she sends them over to talk to me while I'm shirtless.
I say, you need to go flirt with my husband.
Yeah,
He'll
you
just
need
die.
to go. And so she loves putting me in those awkward situations, which I don't appreciate.
Whatever. You loved it, right? They were so cute.
It was fun, and they were cute, and they were all so nice, but, you know.
Just a disclaimer, we are not swingers. I just want to put that out there.
I don't have the gall to... every new friend that I make is a guy. I don't have the gall, with the exception, I guess, of Ruby Roo. I don't really have the gall to talk to cute girls. It's just not part of who I am. That's okay.
Yeah, I just want to put the disclaimer, we're not swingers. I know that because we are very not jealous and promote flirting with other people that we could probably be construed as swingers, but we are not, so that's good.
Hashtag not swingers. No big deal. So, yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to add in here about the SilverState Tattoo and Art Festival before I kick you out?
Yeah, I really want to know, what does the Tiger Bunny say?
What does the Tiger Bunny say?
I'm trying to pull my arm up there,
because no one's going to see it.
Oh, Tiger Bunny, look how small my arm is.
There's no...
Put a picture up. Insert picture down.
I'll try to put a picture up. Bunnies don't make sounds.
Yeah, they go like...
Stop. I've never heard a bunny make that sound. I've never heard it. Nope, never heard a bunny make that sound. What sound does a tiger make? Great. We need to take a trip to the zoo or something. Get some National Geographic up in here because you think tigers go. Doug. That's ridiculous.
This is. Did you tell him why I got a double-headed bunny tiger?
She's starting a sleeve of freak show related items, right? Is that sideshow?
Yeah,
sideshow related items, and it was all Nate's idea. He drew it up, and it ended up being a top hat with a two-headed tiger bunny coming out of it, which is sideshow-tastic, I guess.
I know, but everybody was like, "Why'd you decide on that?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm equal parts adorable and ferocious."
Yes, that's the excuse. But you don't have a sweet stormtrooper helmet.
My mom would just roll over and die.
What's funny is I posted on my I have a personal Facebook that I keep in contact with my like high school friends and family and stuff like that. I don't generally add vapey people to that.
AKA, please don't send me a friend
request. I posted on there to all my friends, local friends, family, stuff like that. I posted that there was a 100% chance that I'm going to be getting my throat tattooed tomorrow, and my mom, I guess, saw it and made it her mission to come visit me.
From Tahoe.
Which is, you don't know the area, but it's at least a 2-hour drive for her. She showed up, paid money to get into the event, and
just showed disappointment.
Yeah, just was super disappointed. At first, she accepted it, of course, because she's a loving, supportive mother. I couldn't have asked for a better mom. She's great. She said she loves me no matter what. And even when it was done, she's like, "It looks really cool. Looks really cool." She said it looked cool. So, it's nice to have support from your parents, which I love my mom and dad to death, so I know that they would support me no matter what. And this is as high as it's going to go. I'm not going to get any like Mike Tyson, tattoos on my face, because I couldn't imagine getting tattooed on my face. Getting tattooed on my throat was enough pain for me to experience.
Yeah. And so last week in the vlog, we both said how excited we were not to get tattooed and to watch other people suffer. And that went right out the window.
Yep, and then we just ended up getting tattooed. I mean, how can I pass up a Star Wars tattoo on May the 4th? That's unbelievable. All right, honey, we're 20 minutes into this, and I need to get moving on some other stuff, so thank you for coming by again, as always.
Yep.
I love you. And
you guys comment below, what does the Tiger Bunny say?
What does the Tiger Bunny say?
What does the Tiger Bunny say?
All right, Jam. Love you. Miss you like crazy. She's going to ninja her way out of here as we move forward into other items on...
I can't see, Doug.
On the vlog. Just go. You're fine.
You always say that.
You're fine. No gypsy, no nothing. I need to get moving on this.
Oh, man.
So wrapped up the SilverState Tattoo Festival. And so that was good times. So right now, we're going to talk about more FDA stuff. And I'm sure we're all sick of hearing about FDA stuff, but we should not not stop talking about FDA stuff. It's happening. I mean, it's coming down. We need to be serious about this. Serious as a heart attack. I was talking to my buddy Brandon at work, who we call Meat, about the similarities, and other people have brought this up, about the similarities of gun laws and legislation and registration and stuff like that, and in the vapor world. And I know it's kind of a hard comparison to make, but Meat was telling me that they have laws, and correct me if I'm wrong, regarding guns, like no guns that are painted black. Like, what? How does that make any sense? I'll just paint my AK-47 red then, and then it doesn't fall under these laws. And he was telling me that there's a gun manufacturer that, in order to get around this certain law, they add a plastic part. Like, the law is regarding the length of your stock, I believe, if you have an assault rifle, and in order to get around that, they extend the body of the gun out using plastic and say, oh no, the stock's not this long, it's only this long. And that's how they completely get around this law. It's ridiculous. I think this is a great example of the federal government having no idea what they're talking about. They don't understand the products they're trying to regulate. They don't understand how those regulations affect people in communities and businesses, and are overall, I feel, very clueless. And I believe it's up to us, the community, and I don't care how big or small a part of the community you feel you are part of this community. The FDA has opened up the 75-day feedback period, which is happening now. What we need to do is be professional and be respectful with our feedback. You know what I mean? We can't just go on there, submit feedback, and be like, fuck you guys, I'm going to vape forever on the black market. Woohoo, fuck the FDA. Please never, ever do that. Be calm, be respectful. If you need help, writing a professional letter, get help. Someone named Nikki sent me a nice little template that I'm reading through, and I have the ability to change certain verbiage and make it personal, but these things are out there. People are willing to help you to write a good letter. CASA especially, keep an eye out for their call to action regarding the FDA. I haven't seen it yet. If it does exist, please let me know. I feel like I've been out of the loop for the last 5 days. Pardon me. So, with that said, the always lovely and adorable Vaping Cookie, she did a video as well, which I will link to in the description. She's just wonderful, and you can tell how sincere she is. She truly, truly cares about this legislation, truly, truly cares about the community, and that comes through in her video. So I would encourage everybody to watch that video, and I will link to it in the description. And then second to lastly, there's a documentary. A guy named Christopher sent this to me. There's a documentary about the FDA, and it's an hour and a half long on YouTube. So if you have the ability to stream YouTube to a television, so you're not stuck in front of your computer or laptop watching this, I would highly recommend watching it. It is basically reiterating kind of what I said regarding how the FDA has far too much power. They don't know what they're regulating. They're basically clueless people. And it kind of, not to sound too tinfoil, hat-wearing person, it kind of shows how inadequate and how corrupt the FDA is altogether. So thank you, Christopher, for sending that documentary to me. I will link to it in the show notes. And now, lastly, Green Man, who runs the Green Man e-liquids, he emailed me or messaged me on Facebook, I don't remember. But this was his message. He said, "Hey, I have created a march on the state capitol on Friday, May 9th. I was hoping I could use your reach to pimp it. It will be at the Capitol building in Albany, Buffalo." Oh, where's Albany? Holy crap, anybody. Tell me, where's Albany? I'm going to have to use my Google Foo. Albany, New York. Okay. See, I had a feeling it was New York. Albany, New York. He says it will be... Oh, he even says this. I'm an idiot. It will be for the New York vapors and anyone that wants to come. It will be at the Capitol Building in Albany, New York at 10 a.m. on Friday, May 9th. Friday, May 9th, 10 a.m., Albany Capitol Building. Okay? He's having a march, and I don't know what that means. That might mean peaceful, organization of people and vaping and showing your protest of the events that are happening in New York, the e-liquid ban, all this stuff that's happening in New York. He says maybe share the event on your Facebook. I feel like this will be much more beneficial. Remember, May 9th, 10 a.m. at the Albany Capitol. You can message Green Man on Facebook and get more information about it. Friday, May 9th, Albany, New York, 10 a.m., Capitol Building. That's what you need to remember. There will be a civil disobedience march in protest of the vaping legislation that they're passing down in Albany, in the New York area. So how about we get into, I don't know, some beer and music? Because that sounds good to me. I've been gone for a couple days, so again, I haven't got to go beer shopping. I'm kind of just going full tilt right now on this St. Bernardus ABT 12. You're probably so sick of hearing it, but this is one of my favorite beers, and I didn't even feel like pouring it into a glass tonight. I just grabbed the bottle. I equate this to basically drinking a bottle of wine, just opening it and drinking it, which to me, I feel there's no shame in. This is 9.4 fluid ounces. It says 1 pint, which that's a little big to be a pint. But loving the St. Bernardus. I did have some awful, terrible beer at the SilverState Tattoo and Art Festival. They had the Peppermill bar there, and the beers they were serving were $2, and it was like Bud Light Lime and some other beer made with rice that just tasted like you were licking a battery. It was so not amazing. Luckily, they did have Sierra Nevada as well for a higher cost, which of course I'm going to have some Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in place of everything else that's there. But this is basically what I'm on. There are some bands that I would like to talk to you about. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Let me have a vape here. I got the Duke, of course, and I busted open some of this liquid from the Vapors Knoll, who will be attending VaporCon West, by the way. And it's called Ambrosia, and it comes in this fancy glass bottle. I believe Ruby already did a video for these, in this weird, like, dripper bottle that I kind of really 100% hate. Because it just drips out on its own. There's no controlling it, and then when you press down on this lever, it just drains. It doesn't even drip. It just drains out, which takes a little bit getting used to, but it's actually a pretty nice liquid, if not in a weird bottle. It's supposed to be It's supposed to be ambrosia flavored, which kind of tastes like a creamy strawberry flavor, I guess. So everyone in the world has been emailing me bands that they like, bands that they're into, and although I may not reply to some people, I do take note, and obviously I do listen to everything that gets sent across to me. But this one person, his name is Rederico. He sent me this Japanese power violence band that is literally the most confusing music I've ever heard in my life. Maximum Hormone. It's so bizarre. I can tell they're like good musicians. I just don't know what the hell I'm listening to. I think it's called the Maximum Hormone. but it's all in Japanese. I believe that to be Japanese. God, if it's not Japanese, I'm going to feel like a jerk. And it's mostly heavy power violence kind of stuff. But then they have this like weird funky part. I don't know what it is. I'm going to link to it in the description in case anybody's fascinated by it, but it's really weird. Came from a guy named Redrico. I just wrote Japanese power violence because I don't know exactly what that is. But there's also another band. I was talking to, of course, my really good buddy Mark Moots, co-founder of The Solution, namesake of Moots Juice, tattoo guy extraordinaire. We were just standing there talking about music and bands, and he's like, "Have you checked out that new Valenfire album?" And I was like, "Valenfire?" I was like, "I've never even heard of them." And he just looked so offended that I hadn't heard of Valenfire. And so I looked him up. It is fantastic. This is one of those bands that after you hear them, you kind of go, why haven't I been listening to Valenfire for much, much longer than I have? It's great. I think it's great. The beginning of this particular song, Cathedrals of Dread, it reminds me of old Cathedral for some reason. So evidently Valenfire is a sort of a super group of people. The guy from Paradise Lost is in it. They say it's an extreme metal supergroup. I don't quite know what that means. It doesn't have members listed anywhere that I can find, but you know, Paradise Lost. I mean, Paradise Lost. Come on. Valenfire. Maybe it says on their Facebook who is in it. Now let's just go to their website, valenfire.co.uk. They are British. Oh, their website is the Facebook. Wow. Photos. No, I don't know who else is in this band, but evidently it's quite the super group. But all you need to know is Paradise Lost, heavy doomy death metal, and it's pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. So Mark, as always, thank you for showing me another band that I'm going to become obsessed with now, and that's Valenfire, and I'll post a link to them in the description. So, after covering SilverState, after covering some e-cig regulation stuff, after going through the music, after having some St. Bernardus, I believe it's time for some reviews. First up on the review chopping block, this is a mech mod that came from... Alright, well, I decided to change up my uppy-closey camera angle just a little bit. I don't know, I think this might work better. I'm trying not to lead forward because look at this, it looks like Independence Day coming in. Like I'm just covering the light with my head. Aha, no matter. But if I lean back, everything should be just fine. But regardless, this is the Sentinel version 4 mech mod made by Grand Vapor. You can see their GV logo. Oh, this might be difficult. GV logo on the bottom. This might be difficult. I don't know why I decided to change this. Number 808 there. Anyway, this is the Sentinel version 4. So I did a review video for the Sentinel version 1, and evidently they came out with a Sentinel version 2 and a Sentinel version 3. Does anybody remember seeing these? Because holy crap, I don't remember seeing those at all. No, figures that I won't be able to get the atomizer off. I just got a tugboat atomizer on here, and that's what I've been using. on here is the tugboat. But what we're going to do now is take a closer look at the mod. It is a center telescoping mod, as I like to call it. What I'm going to do right now is just make sure that everything is fancy and in focus, because I hate it when things are not in focus. That is in focus. It's a center telescoping mod, as I like to call it, which means the ends telescope in onto a middle tubular area. So this comes off. That comes off, battery on the inside, and here you have the center tubular area, and then you have your top right here, and you have your bottom right there, and they both telescope in on this. So if you wanted to, pardon me, use a smaller battery, let's say you don't want to run your Sentinel version 4 with an 18650, you want to run it with a smaller battery, what you can do is attach the top, and I just want to say all the threads on this are just, whoops, and I bumped the camera. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Mark this down under bad idea number 1000 for GrimmGreen, moving my camera. What you do is you attach the top, and I just want to say, once again, all these threads, really smooth. They're not grindy, they're just really glidey. As you can see how shiny it is, and let me assure you that the finish feels very nice and shiny. But you would attach that. Let's put a battery in here just to see how much room we need to take up. So let's say it goes down to about there. You plug your bottom part on as well. Let's work on keeping that graphic centered. Let's screw the bottom part up until reaches. Oh, yep, look at that. That's perfect for that size battery. That was a little 18350 battery that I put in there. No, I'm sorry, it's an 18500 battery. I thought it was an 18490 battery, but it's an 18500 battery. And you can kind of see these marks on here on the body itself. So this mark right here is where you'd want to put the body if you're going to run an 18500 battery. So I know that I can do this up to there, leave the Sentinel logo showing, put this battery in, put the bottom cap on. Now I have a much smaller sized mech mod. It has a floating adjustable center pin, meaning that you just telescope this out a little bit. You put your atomizer on like this. Make sure it's nice and snug. And then what you do is you just snug. You snug this all up. Keep snugging, keep snugging, keep snugging until it's snug. Like that. Now, you know that it's going to have a good connection, and it's going to fire that... It's going to fire that little dirty... Look at that coil. That is in bad shape. You know it's going to fire that little tugboat atomizer, and now you have a much smaller mod. And if you want to put this back into 18650 mode, which is what I want to do, what I'm going to do is take this whole body off. I'm going to unscrew this, maybe till about right there. I'm going to put this battery in. Then I'm going to do this thingy. And then once again, I'm just going to snug, snug, snug. And now it's back in 18650 mode. And I know through that snugging process that, yep, it's going to fire same atomizer with much more power because I have a freshly charged battery in here. So let's talk about the bottom switch a little bit. This is where I take issue with the Sentinel version 4. So it's a nice springy button. The resistance is good. You can actually set it down without worrying about that button firing. Here's your contact on the bottom. Here's your O-ring that touches the battery. And then you have this locking feature. And it's a reverse locking, so the opposite way will lock it just like that. See how that's locked now? Then you do the other way, and it is unlocked. This is locked. This is unlocked. On a couple of occasions, I have got this stuck in both the locked in unlocked position. And I have to put on some, some rubber gloves or get a pair of pliers and budge it out of place. But for the most part, because of the spring resistance on this button, I just leave it unlocked. I've never had a time when I felt like I've needed to lock this, because the way that as strong as that spring is, there's not a lot. I mean, like I said, you can set this down. Whoops, and see, now it's going to be locked. You can set this down and it won't fire. I mean, even if you had a K-Fun on here, it's not going to fire. It's not strong enough to press it down to get it to fire. Anyway, that's the only issue I've had, was with the unlocking and locking. The threads on the lock are just, I mean, can you even silent buttery threads. Make sure it's locked, screw it this way, and now, ta-da, it's unlocked. Never had any issues with firing or misfiring. It always fires every single time I've went to use it. Do you see that juice on my hands? That's disgusting. So now that we've spent a little bit of time up close with the Sentinel version 4, let's vape it. Let's get back out to normal view. Yeah, so, the Sentinel version 4, I got this right after I had posted a picture on Facebook where I had said new mech mods coming. I don't get excited about new mech mods coming out every week and it still seems like there's just mech mods coming out every single week. And they're always like, limited edition. There's only 200 of these made and each one has a penis engraved on the bottom. It's like they're trying to tempt you into spending this ridiculous amount of money for a mech mod. I really like the Sentinel version 4, and I know, God, that sounds so freaking hypocritical of me to say, but I really, really, really like using the Sentinel version 4. It feels like a high-quality device. You know what I mean? I haven't used a lot of clones, but I have used a lot of mech mods, and some mech mods feel way more high quality than other mech mods. This is one of those that just falls into it feels like a high quality device. I love the way that you can have the center floating pin, like you can just plug your whatever RBA, this happens to be a tugboat, just screw it all the way down, and then kind of screw this up and adjust this and snug this down, and then make sure it's all nice and snug. Everything's making a good connection in there, and then you just press the button and it'll fire like crazy. Okay. Hits well, hits hard. The button is nice and springy so that I can set it down without locking it and it won't fire. I've had a full K-Fun tank on here, set it down, didn't fire even with the switch locked. It does get a little wobbly if you set it down without locking the switch, but as soon as you lock that switch, set it down, boom. I mean, it's rock solid when you set it down, and you can easily unlock the switch. And like I said, on a couple of occasions, though, I have got the switch locked in both the unlocked and locked position. Like it was stuck, and I had to take a pair of, Burp Life, a pair of rubber gloves, and kind of unstick it and get it back and flowing again. But you just need to, oh my gosh, just feel these threads on here. They're so smilky. Smilky? No hang-ups, no burrs, no nothing. It's just nice and smooth. Grand Vapor makes high-quality mods. And of course, this high-quality mod comes with a slightly high price tag. Although, in retrospect, $170 kind of seems like a good deal for a genuine article. Especially when I see mech mods that are like, oh, we're going to do a limited run, and the first 50 are only $280. After that, it goes up to $330. And it's like, holy shit, that's expensive. This is in stock right now at shopmvg.com for $169. You get the mod. If you want an RBA, you'll need to buy that separately. And of course, if you want a sub-ohm, you're going to need good batteries. I recommend the Sony 30-amp VTC4 or VTC5 batteries for the inside of this. They fit well. They work great. Let me take one last toot. Sentinel version 4. I think it's a great mech. You're going to need your vape budget hands, though. And you kind of have to decide aesthetically what you want your mech to look like. I personally really like the way this looks. I'm a fan of telescoping mods. I really like tubular clean mods, except I don't like adjusting them. With this, I'm willing to sacrifice that really clean look for the ability to just go and snug it all up nice and snug and not have to worry about adjusting a little ring on the inside or adjusting a little ring on the switch. I think it's great. Let me take one last toot and we're done with this. So next up in the review queue, this is the Sigelei 20w, okay? This is a sort of a DNA 20, not really a DNA 20, but it's like the China version of the DNA 20. And of course, again, to get to know this a little bit better, we're going to have to do a quick, short, uppy closey time. All right, well, welcome back to the Bad Idea camera angle number 2. What you're looking at is the Sigelei 20w in front of you right here. Now, this is a relatively big mod. Now, one thing I have noticed is that, remember the old Sigelei Legend that I did a video for a long time ago, the one you have to adjust by tilting it? You still have to adjust this by tilting it, and that Sigelei Legend body will fit on here and be a smaller body, so you can use a smaller battery if you so desire. As it stands, it comes with an 18650. You can take off the bottom, and you have an 18650 on the bottom. Oh, with some of the wrapper missing there. Interesting. The body does come off, and then you're left with this kind of control head, just like that. It does have a nice clicky button. It's somehow both clicky and squishy. I don't remember the word that Ruby Yu used. She said squidgy, something weird. But yeah, top comes off and you're left with an Ego style connection. I've personally been rocking this device with an iClear 30S. Just like that. If you had another atomizer like an EVOD or something like that that goes over these threads, it will also work. I've also been leaving this top portion on here. So let's put this back together and I'll show you the menu real fast before we get back out to normal view. For anyone wondering, the BOD Mecha by Leo somewhat fits on here. It gets about three turns in and then doesn't turn anymore. So it kind of works, kind of doesn't work. It seems like if you had a BOD, the Mecha by Leo, that you wouldn't really be bothering putting that body onto the Sigelei 20w 20w mod. But just in case there's someone out there that owns both of these, you can kind of interchange them maybe a little bit. And the spring is really strong on here, so you kind of have to compress the spring down and then screw it on. I'm assuming those are what only can be vent holes on the bottom. And every time you take your battery out, it forgets what wattage you were using. It doesn't save it. So you have to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says Sigelei SX200. That is the 20w chip that they use. So now that it's on, it goes to the default setting of 10 watts right there. Shows you in real time what's happening to your battery. It shows you the voltage and the ohms. And right now it's showing the previous voltage and ohms because that's the previous voltage and ohms I had on this iClear 30S. If I plug this on here, it should give me the same ohms. No, 1.9 ohms, 4.3 volts at 10 watts. Overall, this isn't bad. But what if I wanted to turn the wattage up? You're saying, Grim, how do you turn the wattage up? Well, here's how you turn the wattage up. You get to the menu, 5, system on. So I'm going to have to try to keep this relatively flat. This is how you turn it on and off. This would be on. Should I turn it off? This is off. You tilt it and it says bye-bye. Great. Now I have to turn it back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sigelei. And then it takes you back SX200, and then it takes you back to the normal screen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Well, went right past it. So, once you get to this is after 5 clicks. This is what you'll end up at. System on, right? Press the button again, and it'll show you your wattage. You hold it this way to turn the wattage up, and the longer you hold it, the longer. Look at that! Oh shit, the voltage is going too fast. So I don't want this at 16.2 watts. So I'm going to turn it the other direction, away from the camera, which you can't see because I'm an idiot and decided to change my camera view. But it goes way back down. So what I want to do is set this to 13 watts. There's no shaking involved, just tilting, which may or may not bother you. Doesn't really bother me. I wish that it kept your voltage and wattage settings when you took the battery out, but it doesn't do that. So now that you're all done, you got this set to 13 watts where you want it. You press it, exit, you tilt it left, and now you're back here. And now it's set to 13 watts. Now it's reading 1.9 ohms right there, and it's giving me 4.9 volts, which is just where I want it. Delicious. Oh, just delicious. Just for funsies, what I've done is it says it'll fire as low as a 0.5. I've tried super low stuff on here. It doesn't fire. I do have one coil. Hold tight. This one. So when it says it'll fire a 0.5 ohm, that doesn't mean that you're going to get all the wattage that you need from it, which is weird, right? I think that's weird. So this is an iGo W5 with a crest top cap on there, which obviously there will be a video for that later. If I have this set to 13 watts, reading 0.7 ohms, it's giving me 3.6 volts of power, which is, in all honesty, quite weak. Holy crap, that's weak. So what I want to do, obviously, is turn up the wattage. 5, 13. This is going to go all the way to 20 watts. Because I rock this particular atomizer at 30 watts on my DNA 30, and it gives me about 5 volts. I mean, just a little over 5 volts. Is this going to give me anything near that? This is going to give me nothing more. It's basically dumping out the battery. It says it's 20 watts, but it's not 20 watts. It's giving me 3.7 volts. Which is, in actuality, a little on the weak side. Do you want to do some science? Because I want to do some science. Now, I could be wrong. I could be way wrong about this, but I believe it's dumping out the battery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a DNA 30 mod. I'm going to turn this to 20 watts. Whoops. I always do that. I'm going to turn this to 20 watts. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10, 19.8, 19.9, 20 watts. So I'm going to plug this same atomizer onto this. This is the Radix 1 or Radx 1 or whatever you want to call it. And now this is set to 20 watts. Ah, come on, you silly thing. You were just working on here. Oh, come on. Ah, that is unbelievable. Well, it's telling me to check my atomizer, even though this was literally just working on here. Ugh. Hold on. There's more science that's going to happen at some point. Come here, science. I need you for science purposes. Let's take the Joe Lit. Is the Joe Lit going to work? Is the Joe Lit going to fire this? Yeah, okay. For some reason, the Joe Lit fires this. So if I set the Joe Lit, I don't know what's wrong with that Radix version 1. It does not want to fire it. 19, 20 watts. If I fire this at 20 watts, same ohm coil, it's giving me 4 volts. So it's giving me more power than this at the same wattage. The Sigelei 20 watt at 20 watts was only giving me 3.7 volts. But 20 watts on the DNA 30 with a 0.8 ohm coil is giving me more. It's giving me 4 volts. So it's actually powering up the power rather than just dumping the battery like the Sigelei 20w. So it might fire down to a 0.5 ohm coil, but it's not necessarily going to give you all the power that you need. If that makes any sense at all, which I hope it did, and I apologize for my science gone wrong. This just said check the atomizer, which I don't even know what's wrong with this. Anyway, so now that we've spent far too much time up close with the Sigelei 20w, let's vape this and get back out to normal view. So yeah, that's up close and personal with the Sigelei 20w. I was rocking it with an iClear 30S on there. And it was working great, and I really like these iClear 30Ss. I think it's one of the best clearomizers I've ever used. iClear 30S. For the longest time, this was my bed vape. I have a little shelf, and I just keep a mod there, and so I can grab it when I'm laying in bed and grab my mod and vape it and set it back. I really like it. It's been performing great. This particular iClear 30S has been nothing but wonderful, flavorful vapor. No dry hits of any sort, which is rare. Maybe I just got lucky. But lately, I've been rocking it with this K-Fun Mini. And I crank up the wattage. Let's turn up the wattage here to like 17 watts. 16. See, you do have to tilt it to get it to adjust. 17 watts. And it's giving me 4.8 volts because this is a 1.4 ohm coil. Amazing. I mean, nothing but delicious flavor. It's on the big side, okay? This is kind of a big mod. I know it doesn't look big, it just feels big, and where that comes from is my back pocket. And when I'm at work, I put everything in my back pocket, and this seems to stick out the most. See how this is sticking out? I guess with something smaller, it might not stick out as much, but that's kind of how I gauge how big a device is. So this is the Sentinel with an RBA. Look at the Sigelei 20w just towering over it, especially with that. And even if you take this off, it's still much bigger. It's kind of a big mod. It's not that expensive, which is kind of great. This one came from Uppy. It doesn't quite give you the power you need at sub-ohm coils. So if you plug a 0.8 on here, you're just getting the load of the battery rather than the regulated load from the chip like you would on a DNA 20. So it's not, in certain ohms and certain wattages, it's not going to quite give you exactly what you're looking for. But for the most part, I mean, I have a 1.4 ohm K-Fun mini coil on here. It's giving me a solid 4.8 volts throughout the life of the battery, and I think that's pretty great, especially for the price. I mean, $120, you're not going to find a DNA 30 mod for $120. You just won't. The cheapest one I've seen is $170, and then only goes up from there. So if you want the variable wattage experience, if you want the Sigelei 20w, if you want that readout display of how many watts, volts, ohms, and battery life you're having, this is definitely an option. I've enjoyed using it. What I believe I'm going to do with both this and the Sentinel version 4 is I'm going to do a Facebook giveaway. And even if you can't friend me on Facebook, which I am all full up with friends right now. Facebook only lets me have 5,000 friends. You can follow me on Facebook, which I know is kind of a silly thing, but you can follow me. And I'm going to post these giveaways on my Facebook. So it's open to all my Facebook friends and anyone who follows me on Facebook, Facebook/GrimmGreen, and you can follow me and you can get in on the contest that way. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I actually have a pretty funny picture. Hopefully I still have it. Did I delete it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that picture was so funny. It might be in my recycle bin, which I can't... Oh, there it is. Ugh. I'm going to save this. Okay, you're out of the recycle bin. I have a pretty funny picture of Matt from Suck My Mod, and it's pretty hilarious, and I think I'm going to do a caption giveaway for that because it's just too funny. It's kind of a funny-ass picture. So it's going to be something like that. It's going to be something quick, something simple, something, and you can get a mod. Now that ends the review portion of this, I don't really have so much to talk about anymore. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pick the winners from my previous giveaway for the CASA membership giveaway. So this is how this is going to work. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's how this is going to work. I was watching the Suck My Mod vlog, and I just want to give a shout out to Suck My Mod. They are a great couple. I talk to Matt on the reg, all day, and he's such a good guy. And you should all be watching his videos. I mean, there's really no reason. Him and his lady friend are just killing me, just hilarious. So thank you to everybody that entered. Thanks to you guys. As of right now, more mark is red. Thanks to all of you. Let me do a little bit of math here. As of right now, there are 1,083 new CASA members. That's amazing. 1,083 new CASA members. If you entered the contest, you got an automated response back. That was automated, but still very heartfelt in that you have done a great service to your community by joining the organization known as CASA. They are the ones who are going to be on the front lines of this FDA battle. They are the ones who are going to be pointing us in the right direction. They are the ones who truly, truly care. Along with everybody, they're the ones who have the power to organize people. And now that you are all members of CASA, you need to use these memberships. Use these memberships wisely. Keep an eye out for those call to actions. You know what I mean? Keep an eye out for everything that CASA releases related to state and local government legislation and bans and usage bans and liquid bans and liquid bans. Keep an eye out for everything that they post regarding the FDA. Additionally, follow Greg Connolly on Twitter. I don't have a link, but I will get a link to his Twitter account and I'll put it in the description. You have to follow Greg Connolly. You have to be a part of CASA, and I could not be happier about it. How did that end up in the promotions folder? Okay. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, the way Gmail does it is they label things into pages. Random.org. So here's how I'm going to pick the winners. There are exactly how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 23 pages. I just did the math in my head, son. So there's 23 pages. So what I'm going to do, how the hell did random.org turn into that? Random.org. Random.org. Okay. So there's 23 pages. So I'm going to pick a number, a random number between 1 and 23. Generate. Page 4. If you're on page 4, you're in luck. 1. Okay, I need to go back to the beginning here. That's page 1. That's page 2. That's page 3. That's page 4. So what I'm going to do now is there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I should have done this beforehand. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, Alex, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47 emails per page. Ha-ha! See, now we're getting somewhere. So I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 47. The result is 40. So 7, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. Sir Alex, you have won. You are the winner. I'm going to forward this to Nick at GrimmGreen.com. Really? Nick at GrimmGreen.com. You are Alex. I don't want to say your last name, and I hope that you live in the United States. I am going to email you, Alex, and you will be the winner of the iTaste 134 Mini. Thank you, Alex, so much. You have done a great service to your community, and now you have won a mod. So let's do this again. 1 through 23. I know this is thrilling to watch and thrilling to listen to. Page 11. Let's go to page 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're on page 11. We're almost there. How many did I say? 47 emails were on each page. So 1 and 47. This is going to be the winner of the EAB mod 2. Can you believe it? 2. Benjamin. Mr. Benjamin. You are the winner of the EAB mod. I'm going to forward this email to my other email, Nick at GrimmGreen.com, and I will be emailing you shortly, which is fantastic. So thank you so much, everybody who entered. Even if you didn't win a mod, you won because you joined CASA. You are now on the front lines. Congratulations to Alex and congratulations to Benjamin for being the winners. I will contact you very, very shortly. I have some stuff to mail out. I have 2 things that I need to mail out in addition to these winners, and these will all be getting sent out together. So if you're waiting for something from me, chances are I haven't been to the post office just yet. Interesting. So one last thing. One thing to close on, if you will. Let's talk real quick about the FDA. And I know we're all sick of hearing about the FDA, but we shouldn't, like I said, be sick about hearing about the FDA. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. I'll get a lot of emails from vape store owners wondering how this legislation, how these proposals are going to affect them. The honest truth is I don't know, but I can speculate with the best of them. Chances are that if the vendors, liquid vendors, mod makers, and some people think this doesn't affect mods, it's going to affect mods. Some people think that if the liquid vendors and the mod makers, then the shops should be just fine because they're not making it, they're just selling it. If they're selling all these USA-made liquids and all these USA vendors go out of business, where exactly are these brick and mortar stores going to get the liquids to sell? I told this to someone earlier. I really hope Decang is a big seller for you, because if you can get a shipment through customs, that's what you're going to be selling. So this affects shop owners as well. Shop owners, the people that you are buying your liquids and your mods from, if they get shut down, so does your supply of cool liquids and mods to sell. You know what I mean? I had the chance to go to the Vapory in Reno this weekend for a quick little meet. It was fun. Hung out with my buddy Brandon Scruff from Vape TV. Hung out with John Denver. He was there. Such a good guy. And it was a great shop, and they just opened, and they don't have their tobacco license yet in Nevada, so they could only sell zero nic juice. But they had a sweet cloud competition. They had, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that guy's name, who was the juice vendor. Lux Liquids? He was there. Him and his beautiful wife. Had a great meet, had a fun time, watched the cloud competition, and they take those things seriously. And of course I didn't enter, but I would have won. I mean, that's the end result, is I would have won, and I didn't want to take those prizes from somebody else. I would not have won, but I just like to tell myself that. Oh, I didn't do Ed's thing. Okay, we've covered everything that we're going to cover, and now I have to do this thing for Ed the Green. Ed the Green and his company, Smoke Free Mods, will be at VaporCon West. Just a little heads up there. Keep an eye on the VaporConWest.com vendors and Burp Life. They'll be getting added to the site as their confirmed /process / pay their fees and stuff like that. But Ed's a weird guy. Ed and his wife are probably some of the coolest people I've ever met within the vaping community. I just love them to death. And he sent me this note along with his VaporCon payment today that says, Nick, first off, it's an honor that you asked me in my shop to be at VaporCon West. He's going to release a new mod there, and they're flying in Thursday. If you need any help, let me know. Ed, I'll always need help. Now, I bet you're wondering what this EVOD is for. I built a 1.1 ohm coil, 11 wraps of 28 gauge Canthal, cotton wicked. It's pre-filled with a juice. Do me a favor and try it for the first time on camera. Don't even smell it or you'll ruin the experience, but trust me, it will make you smile. If possible, have a beer in hand that was one of your favorites from late 2009. I don't remember what my favorite beer in 2009 was. I think it was Red Stripe. Unfortunately for your experiment, Ed, right now I have St. Bernardus ABT 12. Oh my god, that is good. Holy crap, that is good. So here I have your EVOD. I didn't smell it. I just took it out of the package, put it on the Sigelei 20w. It appears to be like you said, a 1.1 ohm coil. Let me take a toot, Ed. I don't know what this is all about. I don't know what I'm experiencing here, Ed. It tastes like that old Marlboro juice that I used to vape. Remember, like back in 2009, I did a video for Marlboro juice from True Vapor. This is what that tastes like. That's exactly what it tastes like. I feel like I'm in a time machine. Ed, if I'm wrong on any of this, please correct me, but I think that was the experience. I feel like I'm in a vaping time machine now. Nice little performing EVOD there, though, Ed. Thank you for that experience, Ed. As confusing, pardon me, burp life, pardon me, as it was. That was a pretty good experience. I don't know what's coming up next week. Hopefully I'll be all healed up by then. Might have some DNA 30 sexiness to talk about. Might have the... I don't know. I don't know what's coming up next week, but rest assured it will be fun. So thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. Do want to give a quick shout-out, as I always do. Seems like I always do. To our good friend Ruby Roo. She was on the VP Live show. I get to listen to it this week. Again, I'm shooting this earlier in the week and it will go up Friday, so I haven't listened to the show yet. Ruby, I was going to call in because I've never got to call into a VP Live show and I really wanted to call in, but alas, I was getting my neck blasted through the dermal layers with ink. And for anybody wondering, yes, of course, it hurt like you can't even imagine. Nate Lauerman told me, prepare for the worst. Just prepare for the worst tattoo you've ever had. And he wasn't joking because it hurt like I couldn't imagine. Surprisingly, the middle area above the atom, right over the Adam's apple, not as bad. Like when he moved to that area, it was like a relief. I was like, because he started over here and kind of went this way, and then we did the roses last. And when he was in the middle doing all of this stuff, it was like a relief. I was like, you could tattoo there all day. I don't even care. You could tattoo there all day. And the sides were what got me. Those roses, they look beautiful. That's what hurt really bad. So, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for sticking with me while I become a tattooed hoodlum. We talked about everything. We talked about regulation reviews. I don't know what's coming up next. We talked about Japanese power violence. What is this? I missed something. Well, that's going to have to wait till next week. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And as always, which mod is Nick gonna grab? This needs to become like a betting thing or a drinking game or something. I'm tempted to grab the Duke, but instead I will drop my Sigelei 20w and try more of this time machine juice that Ed sent me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and as always, let's keep on vaping. I don't know what the point of that was, Ed. I really hope I hit it because I don't know what that was all about. That was confusing as hell for me. And I have things to do. I don't have time to sit around here with you circus animals. I'm going to put that EVOD on the Anakin. Oh, God! Well, God damn it. I unscrewed my Anakin click. And I took the tank off, and the head stayed there. Thanks for nothing, Anakin. I know, it's not your fault. I can't stay mad at you, but still. That upset me just now, because I got almond juice all over my floor. Alright, that's enough of me acting like an idiot.